Warning.
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 Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
Hi, this is the FMQ from Personal Development Unplugged. And if you're new to this, your first time of listening, hey, welcome. Glad you're here. The FMQ is called a 5-minute quickie, where 5 minutes of advice for personal development to help you think maybe a little deeper and give you a few tips of just doing what you do best, which is you. And then, obviously, if you like longer issues to think about, longer podcasts, I have the general ones, and they're about 20 minutes long. So enjoy, and yeah, just be here, because it's my pleasure, and hopefully it'll be yours too. Personal development. Unplugged. Hey, welcome, and I want to tell you a little story, and I'm sure you may have even heard of it. I was a man, and he was a very religious man. And this is not a religious story, but it is of a sort, but forget that part a little bit. But he was walking through the desert, and he came to this walled garden. But he knew there was a garden over the wall, but he couldn't quite see it, but he could see some of the flowers and the bushes and the trees all coming up over the top. So he knocked on the gate in the wall, and this man opened the gate, and the man said, "Wow, what a wonderful garden." And this guy said, "Okay, come and have a look. And they wandered round, and they noticed all the things that this garden had. There were so many different colours, different hues, different aromas, everything. There was different shapes, there was different heights, there was different variegations, absolutely so much. And there was grass, lush grass, and it had been freshly cut, so you could still smell it. It was gorgeous. And the man just said to him, "You have to appreciate God, don't you? God, look at this. God gave you all of this." And the guy said, "Yeah, he did. But you should have seen it when God gave it to me." Now, what does that mean? I don't know, really, but I was thinking about it myself and thinking, whether you believe in God or not, you came into this world with absolutely nothing but the love of parents and that connection with whatever we're connected to, whatever your beliefs are. And through whatever you've done, you have nurtured yourself to become who you are today. And because you're listening to this, I'm sure you're listening to other personal development, self-improvement type things, and reading, and you're journaling and Jenny Journal, I think you are, and you're doing all this, making, as it were, your garden. You're making your garden, and I wonder how big your garden is now. I wonder how varied your garden is. Does it have different areas of different types of garden? What are the interests there? What are the things still to do? It's amazing, isn't it? That was a joke. It was a joke, that thing at the front. But we have developed ourselves, aren't we? And we will continue to develop ourselves. But if we look at it ourselves as maybe a garden, I know that's an old metaphor of, having the seed and you water it and nurture and things like that. But making it even bigger into one of these I don't know if you've ever been into one of those botanical gardens. Man, they are awesome. If you haven't, you really need to get there. You really do. Because you can go into different lands. Okay, some of them might be in greenhouses and they're creating different stuff. And when you have the butterfly bits, and everything is so wonderful. And they never stop. Some things die out, some things regrow, some things are replanted. There are new things happening all the time. Yet they don't do it by themselves. They're tended for, they're looked after, they're nurtured, they're fed. So all I'm saying to you is, and this has been a very serious little 5 minutes, I guess, is maybe just in your journal, have a think about where your garden is, how big it is, how interesting is it, And where could you make it more interesting? What would you need to do? What would you need to learn? What adventures would you have to create wonderful memories in your garden? Something to think about when you're just doodling in your journal. What's my garden? We know it came from nothing. So let's see where it is. And then with your dreams, I wonder how your dreams would create an even more marvellous garden. Because I know it would, and so do you. So do you. So it doesn't really matter where you are today emotionally. You could be so wonderfully high in emotions, or you could, maybe sometimes we're not that good in emotions. But when we look at the garden that we've grown, we've always got something to add to it, haven't we? And we can be so grateful, that act of gratitude of all the things that have made up our garden. And they could be like friends. They could be our learnings. They could be the things that we've done, our adventures. They could be our work, our successes. They could be our family. They could be absolutely anything, couldn't they? And knowing that your garden is absolutely limitless and there's abundance of things to metaphorically grow in your garden. What do you want to grow? Because it doesn't matter where you are on this emotional, valley and hills and cliffs and things like that. You've always got a garden to keep planting. So, yeah, let's just have a think about our own gardens. And the thing is, here's the thing. If we all made wonderful gardens and they all started to join together, that's just awesome, isn't it? Awesome and inspiring. Well, it is to me. Okay, I've gone over my 5 minutes, so enjoy every heartbeat and get planting. Get planting, way. I lost it then, I think. Have a wonderful time, enjoy every heartbeat, and live with more passion than you can stand. Bye. Hey, and just before you go, if you spare a moment, just a short reminder that, our friends don't always tell us how they're feeling, and it may be a great thing to do that just share this podcast, or if you know of a podcast which they would appreciate, it'd be really good. And if you really want to get every single episode of the PDU, Personal Development Unplugged podcast, just go to iTunes and subscribe. There's a subscribe button there, and it'll come on your device with every new episode. And there's probably 2 a week. I've done 2 a week for a long time now. And if you're really, 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 really feeling kind, if you feel that kind, you could just leave a review in that place where it says reviews, which is a good place to put a review. If you're interested in finding out a bit more what I do, maybe working or whatever, you can see all the type of things I do on my website, paulclough.co.uk. There's also paulcloughonline.com, where I do my personal development programs and hypnosis tracks, things that are not here. And if you really want to ask me a question, well, paul@paulclough.co.uk. That's my email. Okay. I look forward to hearing from you, seeing you, speaking with you, and enjoy your day. Have more fun than you can stand, wallow in happiness, and shine brightly. Bye-bye now. Personal development, unplugged.